Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Marvel Talk with your hosts,
Nick
and Chris. And we got a good one to talk with you all about tonight. We're gonna talk about our reviews for the first episode of Moon Knight and the Morbius movie.
Yay! Happy April 1st to everybody.
Yes.
We were gonna do an April Fool's thing, but we're not yet. We'll probably do that next year. We just really are excited. By the way, we just filmed our first comic review series that's gonna go up on Sunday. So if you see us in the same clothes, know that we're not dirty people. We already filmed it ahead. So so we're gonna first start off with Moon Knight. So let's kick this off. Christopher, start it off for us as always.
Okay. Well, so apparently it starts off with Oscar Isaac plays Moon Knight.
Yes.
But here it
great
starts
performance.
Playing as Stephen Grant, who apparently wakes up in bed strapped in, and not the sexual way.
Woo!
Yeah. So
not yet, at least.
yeah.
You never know with these movies, TV shows. You know the MCU, it can be crazy.
Yeah, who knows? Some serious business in there.
Woo!
So, so apparently he wakes up, doesn't remember what happened or anything, and says hello to his fish who's got one fin.
Remind you of anybody, folks? Leave in the comments below if you know who. Wink.
Yeah. So apparently he ends up going to his job with a crappy bitch of a boss, and well,
We all have those.
yeah, and apparently he even has a date with one of the chicks that he works with there.
See, straps do work sometimes if you're lucky.
Yeah, and so apparently then after just another day at work and whatnot, he ends up going to sleep, and then he wakes himself to find himself in like a different place and everything, and ends up into like a little thing where he meets one played by Ethan Hawke,
Who is the villain?
Yes, and well, apparently he ends up having like this little thing like Cerebus subsegment.
Yeah, it's what Moon Knight, the moon god, basically stole. And after being caught, he was like, listen, I want to give it to you. But nope. The moon god's like, no, hell no, you don't do that. And then it turns into them battling out and
then a car chase.
Yeah, which a great song, Wake Me Up Before You Go.
By Wham.
Yeah, and my favorite scene in this whole show was the lady just going, hi. There's like the middle finger. That was my favorite thing. That was just like my favorite scene out of all of it. It was just like that old lady's just like, hi. Learn to drive. I love that scene. It was so good. And then fast forward, he thinks that, he's ready for his date. He gets the flowers and everything, but guess what? It ain't Thursday.
Yep. It was Sunday.
It was not Sunday. Wait, I thought he had the date on Thursday, but then when he came back, it was Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah, and apparently
he got two. Now apparently he ended up getting a new fish who's got two fins.
Yeah. Moon God love fish, you know what I mean?
And he and apparently the pet shop did make a reference with that.
They did. And apparently he's a vegan that ate like steak and didn't know what steak to get because it was so sad. But yeah.
And he got his own little box of chocolates.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, well he ate those. Mm-hmm. And apparently this moon god keeps a lot of stuff. And another guy who lives inside him, which is the other Moon Knight. Mr. Knight, I like to call him.
Yeah, I think it was like a Mark something.
Yeah, who is, we'll get to Moon Knight and everything more about him after the end of the review. But yeah, and it's crazy. Fast forward to it when he goes back to work. He, of course, the villain follows him in and basically, goes through everything as he
talks about apparently kind of has like a way of working for like this goddess, I believe it was.
Who could have stopped Hitler.
Prevented Hitler, and also would have prevented the Armenian genocide, which was my people.
So, I'm Italian, so I got my fair share of people.
Yeah. Which I gotta say, thank you very much, Marvel, for acknowledging the Armenian genocide. Thank you very much.
Yes, it's much appreciated, believe me. It's important to always add stuff like that. But yeah, and then apparently after he realizes trying to get him to like tell the truth or whatever, he's like, there's a demon in you, or the moon god, which we see a little bit before the museum thing. And then after that, he's working again in the night shift, and then like they try to get the scallop again, and he runs, and then the moon god tells him, I need control, trust me. And basically that dog thing, just like as soon as that dog
creature.
like, gotta get the fuck out of here. This is crazy. And then like you just see him getting beat the crap out of him, and the Moon Knight's just like,
he turns into the Moon Knight and goes psh, 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 and gives out and brings him with the fates and everything and walks up, and then
badass thing. Yeah. So again, that was the full episode. So I like what they did with this character. So before, the character had a multiple split personality disorder. So he was dressed as the Moon God, and then he was like Mr. Knight, and he kind of was like a businessman, warrior, and other thing by all these, and that's how Moon Knight was originally in the comics. Here, apparently Moon Knight has Steven has two people inside him, which is the Moon God, and I think it's the second Moon Knight who took the mantle or whatever. Again, they didn't explain anything in this episode about Moon Knight, so I hope episode 2 does that. That was a little upsetting to me because they didn't do a good job of explaining everything like that. Other than that, this was a great episode, and I'm personally giving it a 4 out of 5. So also,
4 out of 5 for me too.
What we are going to do for these reviews is we give them 1 out of 5s, and then at the end we will review everything and give it a score of 1 to 10. So
just like we do with the movies.
Yeah, so
and all comic books.
But for episodes, 1 out of 5, and I'm giving this a 4 out of 5. Chris?
Yep, me too, 4 out of 5. Yeah, so hopefully episode 2 we do it, get explains about how this is all working and everything.
Yeah, definitely. But other than that, it was a great episode.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it a lot.
Great.
But now we talk about Morbius.
Yes.
And again, since this is a movie, 1 out of 10. So
yes.
With that being said, I just want to say this was actually a really good movie.
Yeah, I mean, it was actually not pretty good.
I was expecting from what critics said to be bad, but like this wasn't really terrible.
Yeah,
I think people were just really disappointed about the lies of the Spider-Man and everything.
Yeah.
But it was pretty good. I have like a few complaints we'll talk about at the end, but I guess we might as well just talk about the plot and everything now. So Christopher, as always, you have the floor to explain, and I'll keep going from there as always.
Yeah, so apparently Michael Morbius apparently is like as a child he was like in a hospital and everything, and
disease.
Yeah, because of a disease, and he had like some surrogate brother, I guess, of his that he named Milo, and apparently he had the same problem.
And they became friends and stuff. They weren't like brothers or anything.
Yeah,
they became brothers, like friends.
Yeah, something like that. And apparently, who were raised by this doctor of theirs named Nicholas.
Mm-hmm.
And so apparently
Morbius saved his life.
Yeah,
by,
with one of his
fixing the machines, and Nicholas decides to get him to do like
medical school
and help him out, and he becomes very successful later on.
Yeah, so he ends up.
Milo also ends up being a violent British kid because he gets picked on by these older kids that stole his letter and stuff that Morbius left.
Yeah, like he wanted Milo to keep it, but apparently it flew out the window and the kids were picking on him.
And he tried to ask for it back. It was very hard to watch, but it
was.
That's one of those things which moves on to the villain of this. And so we'll Morbius basically finds the cure by doing the bat thing. Yeah. And experimenting on it and focusing on doing it with a rat. It's successful. He becomes a bloodlust vampire basically, and just goes crazy. Yeah. And then Milo finds him after the whole thing, after the whole issues, and tells him that you found the cure, and he's like, I can't give you the cure because of what he's been going through, and tells him to get out. And
to protect him, obviously.
Actually, Mobius ends up going to prison because they end up catching him.
Yeah, because he's caused all those deaths and everything, which even one of the FBI agents actually mentioned, similar to in San Francisco, a little Venom reference.
That's right. So that could be, Morbius could be in the universe of Venom.
Because along with that, he does also say, which I will get to later.
Mm-hmm. So with that being said, apparently a girl dies, a nurse that Milo kills because he took the serum that made Morbius who he is. Yep,
so apparently Milo took it and he becomes one too. Little vampire creature thing too.
Milo actually ends up killing Nicholas, and is the main villain, is the villain of this.
Yeah, apparently.
And Morbius kills him. They have an epic battle and stuff.
Yeah, for a fact, this is another one of those movies where you definitely would want to learn, especially for all those who have best friends. Especially, it's one of those moments where you just want to be like, and I promise I will not turn into a supervillain and try to kill you. Yeah. As in the words of Ned Leeds.
Apparently,
another one of those things, you know.
And Milo did not listen. He did not listen. He kind of tortured Morbius into thinking that this was a gift when really he was just being a dick.
Yeah.
And ended up, Morbius ended up killing him. And just, yeah. And apparently his girlfriend, which we didn't really talk about yet, like his
apparently
assistants.
Kind of had like a bit of a love thing going on.
And then he ends up killing her, but Morbius revives her and makes her into a vampire, apparently, at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah. And then, of course, let's move on to the end credits.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
So, apparently, it starts off with that little purple little thing that we saw from No Way Home, where you got to see all those, like, people who know Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
So, apparently, that happens there. And apparently, in that prison where Morbius was in, I guess, apparently, Adrian Toomes, who you all remember, Vulture from
MCU. This is
Spider-Man
MCU
Homecoming. Apparently landed in prison, and apparently they didn't know how or why, because Adrian Toomes was not from that universe.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess he ended up getting like a hearing and all that stuff, and I guess was let go because they had nothing to prove or anything.
Then he got a new Vulture suit and meets Morbius to tell him about Spider-Man,
Mm-hmm.
and they end it with that.
And possibly might be a team up they might want to think about doing.
Yeah, we still don't know if there's a Peter Parker in Venom's universe, though.
Yeah. And I will say, because I know this might have been confusing.
Yeah, we were.
This is very important. So.
Yeah, you guys need to understand, because we were literally I was telling Christopher, how is this a thing? How is this possible? So Christopher,
he's supposed to be back and everything.
Yeah, so
now.
Christopher looked it up.
Yes, and I have the answers. Apparently.
So Christopher, tell us the answer.
Apparently, because after Loki and after pretty much everything got branched out into many different universes and everything. Apparently, it's called a multiversal madness. So basically, because of this, it's now all these characters from the MCU are probably now branching out into the different universes now.
Which means Venom could be in Andrew Garfield's universe.
Yeah. So
instead of going back to his universe, he could now be in a different universe.
Yeah, so here apparently Adrian Toomes from the MCU and now ended up going into Morbius's universe, so now he's pretty much stuck there, I guess, now.
Yeah, and Venom could again be in Tobey Maguire's or Andrew I think it's gonna be Andrew Garfield's. They have to give this to Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, he did say, I want to fight an alien.
Well, there's your chance, but we still don't know anything for sure. Just know that because of what happened with Kang and the botched spell, it became what Christopher said, madness.
Absolute multiversal madness. Especially since that is, after all, the name of the upcoming Doctor Strange movie. So who knows? Maybe we might even end up seeing Morbius or even Toomes there, and that could be explained. It's possible.
We still don't know if there's a Spider-Man there. We know that Venom is wanted in his universe, which is connected to Morbius, I guess. So I don't think he's there. I really do believe that since Venom left and is not welcomed, and still with everything going on with the madness spell, that he actually is now in Andrew Garfield's universe, which he's going to hunt Andrew down and go through everything.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, that's that, and that was Morbius in a nutshell.
And with just that little bonus thing I was going to say, Morbius did do a Venom reference where he was to one criminal, he was I am Venom.
He didn't do it's your old pal Michael Morbius.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed that they didn't add that in there, but at least it got in there.
Yeah, so at least they added the I am Venom thing.
Yeah, that was nice.
I guess, it's your friend, Dr. Michael Morbius. Must be
buddy.
just a trailer thing.
Yeah, but,
the Spider-Man thing and the thing with Toomes going, I bet you and me could really do something together.
Yeah.
It's both only just trailer things, so... But, overall, it was a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
Not much to be crazy about, but it was good.
I think that what really ruins this movie for me was lying about the Spider-Man stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This movie could have done... I think that's why a lot of people don't like it, because we were lied to. I don't think they really needed to do any of the Spider-Man stuff, because this was actually pretty decent. The lie really just ruined it for me. They also ruined it with the villain, which was not really interesting. The fight scenes were good. I didn't have really complained. They just could have been a lot cooler, you know what I mean?
And Leto did a really good job performance.
Yeah, I want him again. I still want a sequel to this, because this was pretty good.
Yeah.
I just don't think it was super great, It wasn't a wow. It was just, that was really good.
Yeah.
I could watch this again getting ready for Morbius 2 or whatever. But yeah, with that being said, I'm giving it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
I don't think it's super great, but I don't think it's terrible. I thought this was really good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'd say so exactly too. A 6 out of 10.
Yeah. And, well, there you have it, guys. That was our review of Moon Knight and Morbius. We hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Remember, the comic book reviews is coming out on Sunday, probably around 6-ish or 7 o'clock, whatever. So again, if you see us in the same clothes, we're not hobos. We just filmed that earlier before watching the movie, so it's already taken care of. So yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed. Please, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. And if you're new to the channel, hey, welcome. How about you join the subscribe and stick around, because we got more to come. Because again, Friday and Sunday, we are doing the comic reviews, and then we'll be back on Friday for the Moon Knight.
Episode 2.
With that being said, folks, you have a great night, and Excelsior.
Enough said.